Chicago Bulls fans, we are back. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about how important it is for the Chicago Bulls point guards to succeed this season. Then we're going to talk about how much pressure will be on the named starter. And then we're going to round it off by showing some love to the G League MVP, Carlik Jones.
Carlik.
Y'all got to hit the music first. Cognac. Gang. You ain't coming in like this. I don't know what y'all doing. The music get y'all hype. But it's the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm with my dog, CDubb. How you doing, boy?
Hey, my nephew back in his bed. What up, nephew?
What's the word? If y'all like what y'all listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this to somebody that might enjoy it. Bro, we talking about the Chicago Bulls point guards today. Before we get the name of any players, you know what I'm saying? CDubb, how important is it for these Chicago Bulls point guards to succeed heading into 2023-24 season, my guy?
It is very important. I think probably the number one strategic problem. Strategic problem coming into this season. I ain't gonna do that again. Hey, this team, especially talking about these three core players and Nick Vooch, Zach LaVine, and DeMar DeRozan, seems to not work well unless they got a competent point guard. See Lonzo Ball when he played. I don't think they need an all-world point guard out there, but they need a point guard to settle them down, get the ball to the right man. Because I'm going to just say it. It's a couple of these players, and I'm talking about the core players. I don't want to name no names. They're a little irrational when it comes to sharing the ball on a basketball court. So you need a point guard out there to direct the traffic and stuff. And overall, look at Patrick Beverley when he came in. They actually took off. They were a better team with a semi-decent, competent point guard out there. Now, how would they be with a better player than Patrick Beverley? I think they'll do well. So it's very important coming up into this season. Damn.
But I think that's a solid point, though, man. I'm looking at it like this: no matter who the starter is, or you know what I'm saying, or who it's going to be, no matter what, these three guys in Ayo Dosunmu, Kobe White, and Javon Carter have to produce. No matter who's the starter, no matter who's second or third off the bench, or no matter who has the ball in their hand at a certain point or a certain time, that guy has to come in and be able to have solid defensive presence, be able to command the offense, and have an impact. And the biggest thing that when we seen the point guard success in the last few years, it came from Patrick Beverley and it came from Lonzo Ball. What did both of these guys bring that was most important to the team? IQ and toughness. Yeah. So I got to go with those two. And you seen Lonzo Ball with the capability of knocking down a three. Pat Bev had the ability to knock him down, not so much as Lonzo Ball, but those things stood out the most to me. So it's very, very important for these guys to step up, produce in a manner, and be able to command the offense like a point guard should. And one of the key things you said is settle everything down so we can go ahead and see a better team on the court for sure. I'm not saying these guys finna come out here and be a top 3 team in the East, but they definitely can be in that top 6 for sure if they have everything lined up the way it should.
Yeah, and I think they got the right group of players. I think one of those players, you're talking Ayo, Javon Carter, and Kobe White, one of those players definitely will be able to cooperate with the Bulls' big three core and make this a successful season for the Chicago Bulls. I think it's very important, among other things that need to happen this season that we talked about in length throughout the offseason. But this is very important for this Bulls team. We need a leader. We need somebody to settle this team down, and I think we have it on this roster. It's just up to them who can come out the starting point guard, and whoever off the bench do the same shit.
And I just hope that is really like legit either name your starter ASAP, before training camp, or go ahead and make it a legit open competition. Don't play around. We ain't got time to be playing games right now. Make a decision. Because when I think about all three of these guys carry some type of baggage, in my opinion. When you look at Javon Carter, you say this guy was never a starting point guard, though he was, had some success in the reserve role. Then you got Kobe White, took a step forward. He was a starting point guard back when Jim Boylan was running the show, but he's been a reserve too. Then you got Ayo Dosunmu, who was a starter, seen starter minutes, was benched twice, and then, had his challenges as well. So neither one of these guys are perfect, and I don't expect them to ever be perfect. But the guy that's going to be up in there got to go ahead and take, that step. So y'all let us know how y'all feeling. What will be the keys of success for whoever the starter is? But now we move on. CDubb, I got to come back at you, my guy. For the guy that's going to be named the starter, no matter who it is, how much pressure will they face?
It's not going to be a lot of pressure because they're not going to be dependent upon to do a lot of things. They're going to be dependent upon to score 20 a game. They're not even going to be dependent upon to get 10 assists a game, nephew.
Okay.
They're going to be dependent upon to be consistently turnover free. Not turnover free, but keep your turnovers down. Get the ball to the right player at the right situation and play great defense against this star-laden NBA with hundreds and hundreds of talented point guards. So they're going to have a work cut out for them already just guarding the point guard position. I don't think it's a day off when you look at it. So I don't think it's a lot of pressure. I don't think they're going to be asked to do much. Play defense, spot up, shoot threes, get the ball to the person who need the ball at the right time.
I think that's a solid point, and that's a good way to look at it on the other end. But I think that and the reason I think that's a good point is because I think the most pressure on the team is going to go to first Zach LaVine and then Patrick Williams. Absolutely. In that order. You know what I'm saying? People want to see what Zach LaVine can do. But when it comes to these point guards, and I think about it, it might not be that much pressure on them because your core is the ones that's supposed to take you to the promised land. You know what I'm saying? That's why you paid your money to the big guys in Zach LaVine, DeMar, and Vooch. And that's why you banking on this core to run its course for one more year, in my opinion. If they ain't getting it done or see some type of success and making some type of noise, they up out of there, and it's gonna definitely be some changes. That's why I think that it ain't a lot of pressure on these guys. The only thing you're gonna have to deal with some fans, but I don't think that's a lot of pressure because some keep it a buck with you. If you a casual Bulls fan, you ain't been riding with us since we was yelling at Patrick Williams or yelling at Ayo Dosunmu on our live calls. Was y'all? Let me know. It's bigger than the box score, y'all. It's bigger than that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, but I do say that they won't have a lot of pressure, if any at all. But that's as a team, it won't be no pressure. But when you look as individuals, you go Javon Carter, you got to prove if he makes the starting point guard position, you got to prove that he is able to do that. You got Kobe White, you got to prove that he can be Kobe White might have the most pressure, and it's self-inflicted. Because you with that? Because I think he wants to be an all-star caliber player. I think there's no limits to where he wants to be. I don't think he found his niche. That's a question I want to throw back to you. You think Kobe White found his niche yet?
Nah, I would say no. I mean, I know it's been some talk about limiting him to being the 6-man type of guy, but I see so much more than that. I think he just deserves a shot. But when he get that shot, he gotta seize the moment and go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He can't. If he gets the starting position, he can't come in there and just shit on himself out there on the court. He got to go out there and be productive. But if any pressure on an individual basis, not as a team basis, I think it's more on Kobe because I feel like he got a lot to prove. He want to prove what type of player he is. Ayo, he had a bad year yesterday. He still got motivation to show that he still belongs in this league. And last year was a fluke. But as far as if it comes to the team as a whole, there's really no pressure because you got them three. I don't want to call them dogs, but these three established players on this team, and they were supposed to take us to the promised land. You just
Right.
along
And
for the ride, nigga.
that's a solid point too. As a team, there might not be much pressure, but as individuals, you want to see these guys be able to, for one, like I just mentioned, Javon Carter, can you be good with starter minutes? Kobe White, if you get another opportunity, can you hold on to it to the point that Bulls like, damn, we can't give this up? Ayo Dosunmu, as an individual, can you bring and resemble that impact? Not the numbers, because the numbers didn't change from year one to year two that much other than percentage. But can you still bring that impact to the team that you brought in year one versus year two, where it was kind of like a drop off percentage wise and impact wise? So I think that was a valid point for sure.
Oh, bro. And you know what's a good question? Like, depending on who starts the game, you know what's the better question? Who's going to be the first coming off the benches? You do that from team by team basis, or you have a regular, like your sixth man is your point guard coming off the bench? But that ain't it, because it's probably going to be Alex Caruso going to be the sixth man or something like that.
Yeah,
So
probably Alex or Kobe White. If Kobe, I got Javon Carter being a starter. That's just my projection and looking at how Billy Donovan and his front office want to run things. So I think that the point guard, at least coming off the bench, that, you know, legit point guard coming off the bench will be Kobe White. Just to keep it short.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
For
it's just
sure.
an interesting. It's just gonna be an interesting competition. And you right. Tell us it's gonna be an open competition. Don't bullshit around, because it should be an open competition.
It should be. Either name the starter or say it's an open competition. Don't come in talking about, well, we don't know. We just want to look at everything right now. No, we're not trying to look at everything. We need to get this shit on the road. They know everything.
That sound like a Billy thing to say.
You
Billy D. That sound like Billy.
He chewing a gum at everybody. We want to look at everything, guys. And that's one thing I always tell our guys. That's what I want to. That's why I'm gonna tell our guys. Come on, man. But y'all go ahead and chime in on that as well down below. Let us know how you feeling, how you thinking. Now, CDubb, before we go, we got to talk about. First of all, I got to give a shout out to Nick Vooch. He out there looking good for Montenegro. So shout out to him. But you ain't a point guard, and we already know what you capable of. I got to give one to Mr. Carlik, a.k.a. Carlik Jones. Hey, my man's been balling from South Sudan. I didn't even know he was from there. So shout out to you for holding it down from the continent of Africa. Bro, you already know. But this man in FIBA play is averaging 28 points per game. And just got himself the TCL player of the game in his latest matchup in game one. Dropped 35 and 11, fried hard with lemon pepper. And then he followed it up with 21 and 6 to put it all in the mix. What you think about it?
Hey, man. Carlik Jones just continues to work. He just continues to get better. Didn't he win the MVP last
G League MVP? Yes, sir.
He won the whole MVP of the G League. Y'all might poo-poo that, but it's ballers in the G League, bro. And he was the best one of them all. Now, I know you're not saying is we giving him some type of chance to make it to the big leagues. I would just tell him
in the big leagues already.
He going to win the City Bulls, nephew. You know he going to win the City Bulls, but man, I don't want to.
He the 14th or 15th. Man, it's just too no. And this, I'm not trying to be. What
would you rather have him do? Sit on the bench, or would you have him playing like he did, getting all that experience? He getting better and better, playing in the G League, just killing those kids,
just so he can walk out the door. You gonna sit your head down.
But he signed up, nephew. He signed.
He is signed. His contract not guaranteed until, I believe, January. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. He doesn't have a guaranteed contract yet. It's non-guaranteed. He does not fall under two-way contract anymore because they already got those 3 positions filled. But that, I'm just me personally. I don't even want to. That's just me though. I don't really want to talk. I just want to give him his flowers. Say you've been hooping. You've been representing the Chicago Bulls the correct way. And come in and compete, and you never know. Injuries are a part of this game. That's knock on wood, because I don't want no significant injuries.
What it take to get him a shot? It would it just be an injury to get him a shot, or he just unbelievable?
First of all, Ayo Dosunmu gonna have to forget to play basketball, tie shoes, and brush his teeth. And then,
bro.
and then they gonna give him a shot. I think he got a tough road ahead, but you never know, man. They might blow out some people, and you might see him a little bit. I ain't too mad at it, man.
He more of a tradition. He about
maybe
six,
I'm being too
old
positive.
school 6'1" type point guard.
Yeah, he
can
little
shoot
guy.
it. He can shoot it, get to the basket. He decent on the playmaking. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, he out there at FIBA.
Oh, bro. See that from 30. From staff range 30. Oh, Carlik Jones. Garlic.
Oh, garlic. It's just a little fun, Carlik. We don't mean no harm, brother. We have fun over here on Shot Bulls Podcast. We want to hang you your flowers. CDubb, we finna get up out of here. Any final thoughts?
Hey, man, I'm glad to have my nephew back. The team is back. It's time to conquer. We 4 away from 4K. Y'all make it happen.
Bro, share this thing. First thing first, I want to give y'all a shout out for supporting the channel while I've been gone. Look, I had to travel for work, and then I made a pit stop to Atlanta. Chicago 2.0 is what I feel about Atlanta. And shout out to the Black-owned business that make artesian pieces called Slim and Husky. That I got 5 on it pizza. That black cherry soda. But we call it pop in Chicago. That black cherry pop. That peach cream soda. Hey, that's top notch for a Black-owned business. And y'all was professional. Y'all did y'all thing. But that's enough for me, y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure. Cognac. Gang.